It is a beautiful spring day today. The temperature is about 49 degrees. The sky is mostly sunny with scattered clouds. There are flowers every place. My redbud tree's in bloom, my dogwood tree's in bloom, my fruit trees are in bloom. People are playing golf on the golf course. Other people are getting their summer toys out, their campers, their boats. People are planting grass, getting ready to plant garden. Farmers are in the fields. It's just a great day. Now, I don't know how the sound will be today. There's a strong wind coming right behind me this direction. So you can kind of see it a little bit. I'm hoping that I can use my microphone and kind of block the wind. Now, that direction, there's a dog with the neighbor's dog barking his head off. It's kind of cute. There's a tree in the neighbor's dog pen, and it has a branch that goes just over the edge of the fence. And there's a squirrel up there that knows the dogs can't reach it. So it jumps over that limb, climbs across the fence, gets about this high out of the dog's reach, and just sits there and chatters at the dog all the time. Just teasing the dog. Ornery squirrel. I'm going to share with you one of my favorite proverbs today and kind of chew on it. But before I do, I want to show just a couple of clips of my nature clip for today will be through the telescope. Now, before I begin with the proverb, there are two things that I always feel like I need to state about proverbs. The first is a proverb is not a promise. If it says something like Ben Franklin's early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise, that's not a promise that if you go to bed early and get up late early that you will be healthy, wealthy, and wise. It's kind of a wise saying, a rule of thumb, and something that's worth patterning your life over, but not a promise that you can claim for yourself. Now, the other thing I feel like I always need to say about Proverbs is that they don't have to be looked at just one way. There's not just one answer. They're designed to be meditated on, thought about, kind of chewed on like a cow chews on a cud, and new insights that will improve your life are from it. So the proverb I'm about to share, I can look at it at least two different ways, and you might think of another way or two after that to look at it, all of which are profitable. And here we are with the Proverb of Solomon from chapter 10, verse 7, in the New Revised Standard Version of the Bible. It simply says, "The memory of the righteous is a blessing, but the name of the wicked will rot." So let's kind of tinker with that thought for just a little bit. If I flip over to the contemporary English version of the Bible, Proverbs chapter 10, verse 7 reads like this, and I think it's a valid reading, worthy of meditating and chewing on. "Good people are remembered long after they're gone, but the wicked are soon forgotten." Do you want somebody to remember that you walked this planet, that you had breath, that you at one time were alive and well? Well, the trick is not to post memorials to yourself. It's not how many times you get published or how many times you make it onto, Facebook or something like that, or how many times you make a big splash, or how much you donate. If you really want to be remembered long after your time here on earth is past, be a good person. Treat people well. If you think about the people in your lives, you remember those people that were special to you, that really did something beneficial for you, that made a difference in your life. You remember them long after they're gone. Now, the people that were just full of themselves, you probably remember them too a little bit, but you don't think about them a lot. And when you do think about them, it's kind of a joke, and you tell their stories. Now, if you want to be a joke and the butt of stories long after you're gone, whenever somebody does occasionally remember you, and they say, "Oh yeah, and I remember this story," then just go ahead and live a rowdy life, and you'll soon be forgotten, or of very little consequence, except in stories around a campfire. If I switch over to the New International Version of the Bible, that passage, Proverbs 10:7, is translated like this: "The name of the righteous is used in blessings, but the name of the wicked will rot." Now that's got a slightly different feel to it. So when I just sort of sit back on a beautiful spring day like this and close my eyes and kind of think about that passage, the first one, the way we looked at that version, said, "Those that are righteous will be remembered for a long time after they're gone. Those that are wicked, they'll fade away. They won't be remembered." Except I added to that a little bit as I was chewing on it, maybe remembered as a joke. But this one sounds a little bit different. The name of the righteous will be used as a blessing. May you be like your mother. You remind me of your mom. You remind me of this particular person. I have an uncle who was a favorite uncle who preceded me as a pastor. He was just, 20 years or so older than me, 25, and he went into ministry before me. And if somebody wants to make me feel good, they'll say, "You remind me of your Uncle Bob." He was kind of a hero of mine. But the name of the wicked will rot. Hitler. I mean, that's the wickedest of the wicked, maybe, in our culture. And we think of that name, that's like a curse to tell someone that they're like Hitler. It makes you, you just feel bad as soon as you say it, and it's a slam, derogatory. And so not only does the way we live make a difference in how we're remembered, but sometimes our lives become an example of good or bad for others. We're halfway through another week, and this Sunday, when we get together, it is Easter Sunday. Now remember, we don't have Sunday school this week. Those of you that are a part of our church out in Littleton, we meet early. Worship is at 7 o'clock, and then we have breakfast after worship. And we just invite everyone to come to join us on the greatest holiday of the Christian year as we celebrate Easter. And in the meantime, there may not just be one or two ways to chew on that verse. Why don't you spend some time and chew on it and see what you come up with, which is just as invaluable as anything I would come up with. And may God bless you as you feed on His Word and study to gain wisdom. And that squirrel is ornery.